refrigerator, a bed or something. So he had that done because he was saving. But a month before, or a couple of months before, Eddie saw a second-hand Scout pickup at which he wanted to buy, but which would mean depleting all his savings to put into that pickup. Well, he got a big scolding in his life because father said, no, you're going to get married, you need to set up a family, you need this and that. When you have a car, what will happen? What will you eat? Where will you sleep? You know, and so forth. I was also getting angry. Why is he meddling with our life? If you want the car, go ahead and buy it, you know. And then he really, when he knew that he wouldn't give in, he really would go below the belt and he would say, if you go ahead and buy that pickup, I'm going to tell the dad of Lita not to go ahead and marry you because you're not worth marrying because you can't support. Something to that effect, you know. Way back, later on, we realized that was such a good decision. At that time, you know how selfish you are, you know, like, who's this man meddling in our life? We're going to get married, we can do what we want. And good enough, once we got married, I walked straight in the fully, you know, well-equipped house with a bed, with a simple, you know, dining table, everything else. And it was, he told you, he was a visionary. He already knew how things would happen if we did it this way and not that way. They believe that, you know, agriculture is a way of living, really. And so the farm, the mother, the wife, the children have all to love the farm. So once Father Masterson learned that Ed was courting me, he wrote notes and love letters in Ed's name and asked Ed to hand them to me, you know, because he thought it would be more expressive, you know. So he would give it and give this to Lita, you know. I was, of course, to think that Ed wrote this. When he traveled to Brussels, he brought back some lacy linen placemats, which he gave to Eddie and said, Ed, give this to Lita. Say it came from you or something like that. And then he, in one of his trips, he bought a nice gold necklace. At that time, I think he thought we were serious already. So he bought a nice gold necklace. But he was not content to just tell him to give it to me. He wanted to see Eddie putting it on me. And since I was short, he had me stand up on 3 stacks of telephone directories so that I would be tall enough. And so he found joy in him putting the necklace. So that's the type of person he is. So he did that, and eventually the courtship ended up in our marriage in August 15, 1966, somewhere in Manila. He was very thoughtful. He never forgot to greet people on special occasions. Whenever he visited donor agencies abroad, he made sure that he brought a lot of Filipino things to give to them, you know, to say thank you. He adopted our family as his. He would always ask if we had enough